The thing that makes you exceptional, if you are at all, is inevitably that which must also make you lonely. This is a quote from the Broadway play, A Raisin in the Sun. I heard this quote on a Christian radio talk show recently, with the host asking their listeners if they thought this was true, and caller after caller agreed with this idea, sharing their stories of loneliness. Aloneness is a big deal. As I've asked people around the country what they are most missing in their walk with God and their calling, the overwhelming response has been the absence of deep, meaningful friendships. Now, I'm not sure that exceptionalness is the primary reason. Many of us rationalize our drought of deep friendships by our giftedness, our walk with God, our, quote, place in the kingdom, our mission, our calling. I've heard phrases like, well, my spirituality intimidates people. I don't do shallow talk. No one sees what I see, hears what I hear, knows what I know. No one can relate to the degree of spiritual warfare and spiritual burden that I have. This view of personal exceptionalness is not healthy, helpful, or true. The truth is that while our life and calling is unique, our heart and journey is common. You and I are exceptional, as are others who have encountered the redemptive work of Jesus Christ. I have heard hundreds of in-depth life stories and have seen my life in every one of them, with different details but common themes. The world, the flesh, and Satan will use two strategies to isolate, incapacitate, and destroy us. One is diminishment, the thought that no one wants to be with me because my life is so small, mundane, and disappointing. The other is exaggeration, the thought that no one wants to be with me because my life is so large, epic, and threatening. We are set apart, but we are not set above, nor are we set aside. God has told us not to be selfish, not to try to impress others, but to be humble, thinking of others as better than ourselves. Not to look only for our own interest, but to take an interest in others too. That's Philippians 2, 3, and 4. If my spirituality intimidates people, it may be that I'm trying to impress them. If I don't do shallow talk, it may be that I only want to talk about what interests me. If I think that no one sees what I see, hears what I hear, knows what I know, it could be that I rarely ask others what they see, hear, and know. If I believe that no one can relate to the degree of spiritual warfare and spiritual responsibility that I carry, then I'm thinking that I'm better than others. If we, in humility, offer our heart to others versus just our gifting, there will be times of laughter and crying, celebrating and sorrow, gain and loss, building up and tearing down, according to Ecclesiastes chapter 3. This is the life that we have in common. So you see, while our life and calling is unique, our heart and our journey is common.